Hey everybody, it's me, Greg Bosson, CPA and president of QuickBooks Made Easy for Nonprofits, coming at you with the quick tip. This is to help make life better for yourself in QuickBooks Online. And this tip is for June of 2025, for those of you that are watching it after the fact. And this has to do with expense receipts. All right. So I'm an auditor as well, a CPA that audits nonprofits, and we love to have receipts. And I'm not sure if you even know this. This is not the tip, by the way. You should know that you can attach receipts to things in QuickBooks Online. Expense checks, bills, credit card charges, they all have a place. I'm down at an expense here where you can add an attachment. You can click and you can add an attachment, a receipt. Now, that's been going on for years now. That's not what this tip is about. This tip is about how QuickBooks is trying to help us by reading the receipts and how easy it is to get the receipts from your phone, actually, and get them uploaded into QuickBooks. So we're going to do this in pieces. First thing I want to talk about is this new generative AI feature that they have in QuickBooks Online. And you'll see it as noted by this weird little circular thing right here with the kind of the blue stuff. If I click on this thing, and you're going to see this thing, by the way, in all kinds of transaction windows, but when you see it, if you click on it, it'll open up a place where you can actually drag and drop a receipt into this area, and it'll read it and try and fill out the form that you're on. So let me show you. So I'm going to, let's see, autofill from file, and I'll just click to where my receipt is. Here's a couple of receipts here. I'll click on this Publix receipt, and I'll click open. And what it's doing right now is it's attempting to read the receipt and upload it. So it's extracting the receipt. Once it's done, you'll see a picture of the receipt over there, and then what it's going to do is it's trying to read as much information from here to pre-fill out stuff down there, over here on the transaction window. Now, this is really very cool, okay? Now, this says Publix. It didn't put the word Publix there. My guess is, let's see if I have, no, there is not a vendor for Publix. That's why it probably didn't read it. Otherwise, it would have read that. But you can click Add New here and add a vendor for Publix. But what did it read? Let me finish this. It read the date. Okay, I think I can zoom in on this to kind of even see. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Yeah, so you can even see the date. I think it's all the way down. Yeah, it's all the way down at the bottom. It's kind of hard to read. But this says May 30. I wonder if I can zoom in a little bit to make it a little bit easier for you. Yeah, this says May 30 right there. And that says May 30. And it didn't really know what category to put it in. Sometimes it does. It just gives us a total. But I wanted to show you something. This is really cool. You see, these are all the items that we bought at this Publix. You see this show breakdown? If I click this, it takes all the breakdowns. I can hear you audibly gasping now. Isn't that kind of cool? It takes all the stuff that you bought if you wanted to go crazy and break everything down. I won't, though. I'll just click here. I'll switch this back. And then I just put this to wherever I wanted to put it to. I don't know, office supplies, whatever. And when I go to save it, see, the receipt is already attached. So when I go to save it, the receipt will be attached. So I'm telling you this because I so want you to start attaching receipts. So again, this feature where it'll auto read the receipt as well as attach it, it appears not only on expense windows, but it appears where checks are. It appears on well, not checks, but it appears on bills, and it appears on expenditures. I'm going to click on bill, and you'll see that the same thing happens with a bill. Just pop it up here. There you go. Okay. Now, the other thing that I wanted to tell you about is these receipts. Okay. And I'm not sure if you can see mine, but here's the, here's the receipt right here. These receipts, a lot of times you're not in front of the desk when you get them. So, rather than making it all convoluted in terms of how to get the receipt in your computer so you can upload it, QuickBooks allows you to do it directly from your phone. So I'm just going to pop this up here. I'll make it a little bit, well, no, I don't need to do that. Yeah, I'll make it a little bit bigger here. Okay, so if you go into your phone and you download QuickBooks Accounting, it's an app. Now, there's more than one QuickBooks app to download. There's like 4 or 5 of them for different aspects of Intuit's QuickBooks. But download the one that says QuickBooks Accounting, okay? You download it, you put your user ID and your password in, and then once it's downloaded, when you click on the app, this window pops up, and you'll see there's a window here. There's other things you can do, but Snap Receipt right there. So if you click Snap Receipt, then when you are at a restaurant or at a store and you get the receipt, you can, hold on, let me get to the next window here. Well, let's see. There we go. So you take a picture of the receipt, okay? So this is kind of a picture I did from my phone when I was taking a picture of the receipt. When you're done with that, it says, do you want to use this photo? You click the little green thing saying, yeah, use this photo, and then it uploads the document to your QuickBooks file. It extracts all the information, and then you'll be able to access the document directly through QuickBooks. Now, where do you go to get these receipts that you've uploaded? Well, you go to the transactions pane. That's where your bank feeds are, and you're going to see 2 down something that says receipts. And when you go to receipts, all the receipts that you have uploaded will appear here. And if you click review, it'll take you to the window basically that we were at before. It'll try and read it. It'll fill the stuff out for you. And then when you click save, it'll automatically attach it to the transaction. It's not attached yet, but when you click save, it'll attach it. And then it'll remove it from the receipts window here. Another thing that you can do is you can find a match from the bank feed if you want to do that. But I think that's really it. So this is in beta now, but I really want you to play around with this thing because it is kind of the future of the world, to be completely honest with you. So again, the feature that I'm referring to is this little icon up here. You'll see it in the expenditure window. You'll see it in the bills window. So do me a favor. Play with this thing, okay? Because if you can get these receipts attached to your transactions, it's going to make auditing much, much easier for us. So, and I also really do want you to download or to upload from your phone. So download that app onto your phone, QuickBooks Accounting, all right? Now, if you want to know more about bills and expenses, we actually have a 3-day webinar series that's coming up. And here it is, Advanced Nonprofit QBO Summer 3-Pack. So if I click on this, it's for people that are, again, using online. And we have 3 different topics that we're covering. But the first one is bills, advanced AP and expense tracking in and outside of QBO. So those of you that have expenses and you want to really get good at tracking them and maybe use an outside app like Ramp or Bill.com or Expensify or something like that, or you just want to do it all within QuickBooks. We're going to show you how to do all of that. You can create an entire AP cycle with approvals directly in QuickBooks. We're also going to cover when to use outside apps and which ones we think you should use. Then we're going to do a bank feeds 2-hour webinar the next day. And then the last day is going to be getting your books ready for year end. We're going to talk about what you need to do at the end of the year, how to prep your books for your accountant to do the 990, and also to prep for an audit. And I'll be teaching this one myself because I audit with my peer reviewer, another CPA who audits. And you'll be able to ask us any questions that you've always been afraid to ask your auditor because you didn't want to look stupid or get your client or your nonprofit in trouble. Now you can just ask us. So anyway, so that's the 3-day webinar series. Just kind of wanted to highlight that. It's October 19th, 20th, and 21st. I hope to see you there. I hope you like the QuickTip. Blah, 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 blah. Sorry I'm not dressed nicely, by the way, but I'm flying today. And I just want to be comfortable. I heard somebody say, I think it was Dr. Laura years ago, was like, you should always dress really nice when you're on an airplane. I never really cared for Dr. Laura, so I'm not going to. Anyway, see you later.